I was telling Alicia that I saw this movie this summer, and I wept like I know all of you all did, because you can't help but weep and laugh and look in horror and to cheer for these two young kids, because they represent all our kids. And the minute I got through watching this movie, I said, I am going to screen this at the White House. I'm going to, this is the movie that should begin the conversation that is already happening about what we have to do to invest in kids in this community, because there are millions of Mr. and Pete's out there who are just struggling to make it. And again, there's a reason why I invited you all here. We did this because for many of you, this movie isn't just a powerful story or a great piece of art. For so many of you, it's the reality you see every day in your classrooms and in your communities. This is not unfamiliar. Many of you work with kids just like Mr. and Pete. You see them every day. Kids struggling against heartbreaking odds in neighborhoods torn apart by poverty and hopelessness, surrounded by gangs and guns and drugs. You see this every day, but see, this is the thing. The beauty of this movie. This movie isn't just about the challenges that kids like Mr. and Pete are facing. And that's really why this movie was so powerful to me, because it's also about their courage. It's about their grit, their resilience. Those are three words you are going to hear me say a lot over the next 3 years: grit, resilience, courage, that these kids displayed even in the most hopeless circumstances. Kids are living like this every day. And all of you see this firsthand every single day in your lives. And think of all the kids you know who somehow maintain that fierce commitment to their dreams, just like Mr. did. He was going to be an actor, right? Yeah, he was going to find a way to get to that audition. Think of all the kids who show each other the kind of love and loyalty that Mr. and Pete showed to each other, even when they don't see it in their own lives. Even when they don't get it themselves, somehow intrinsically they find a way to replicate it in their lives, wherever they can find it. And I go to the scene that you talked about, Alicia, in the movie, because that is the scene that just did me in. I still can't think about that scene without breaking down. But when the police officer, after all that Mr. went through, this boy just broke down. And he says, keep fighting, because there ain't no ceiling for a kid like you. There's no ceiling. But Mr. says, I can't do it alone. And as Alicia says, no one can do it alone. And we have to show these kids that they're not doing this alone. That's what we're here for. So I want to thank you all for being, that hand that is there for these kids, and to keep finding ways to do this, because you've got an ally in the White House. You've got a president who believes in this, who's going to work. You've got a Secretary of Education who believes in this. You have a First Lady who's going to do whatever I can to support you and these kids. So we have to keep working together. We have to keep fighting, because these kids are worth it. So thank you again, Alicia, Michael, to all the producers, the people who made this movie possible. Thank you all. This is truly one of my favorite films this year, and it obviously has moved me. And it will be the guiding post for my work over the next 3 years. So congratulations on a job well done, and let's get to work, right? Roberto, Catherine, you guys can come on up. We'll get it done. Yeah, thank you so much.